Hey everyone, it's Chris, MTGO's RexDart. We're on the play with Angel Stompy and another two-man. And this one has turn 1, Chalice for 1, turn 2, Blade Splicer. No other lock pieces, but I do have a Wasteland. That's pretty good. I'm going to keep this. I've won the roll. Chose to be on the play. And I'm going to go ahead and play this off the Ancient Tomb. Rather than off the City of Traders. Because if I were to draw, say, a Lodestone Golem next turn, I would probably want to be able to play that. Flooded Strand. So no idea. You might assume certain things from the Flooded Strand. Unfortunately, people who play like Rug Delver have taken to having Flooded Strands in their deck for some reason to just like throw you off. So, well, okay, I can play the Plains and then try to run out a Blade Splicer. If that gets dazed, I don't have any other action. But because he played this fetch land, I can't just waste him either. So I guess we're going to go on that plan and see what happens. Alright, doesn't get dazed. And I get a Golem. So we're going to need Bojuka Bog. Okay, main deck Bojuka Bog. So, not sure here. It could be some kind of Knight of the Reliquary deck that would actually main a Bojuka Bog. Maybe some version of Death and Taxes maining Bojuka Bogs. I'm not sure here. So, I can waste the Bojuka Bog, or I can run something out and then put a Chalice of the Void on 2. I think I just want to waste the Bojuka Bog. I don't think he had anything else going on here. So I think that's going to be the play. And without any indication of what he's running, whether or not I want to play a backup Chalice on 1, I'm really not sure at this point. Cloud Post? Okay. Well, now I'm really not sure what he's doing. This is a very odd configuration for a Cloud Post deck. But that does mean he's going to get to pretty big mana pretty quick. So, I'm not sure what he could have here, but my temptation is to go ahead and Chalice for 2. Right now he's got an Eye of Ugin. Some more action would be nice, as opposed to more lands. Crucible. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Crucible of Worlds. Replay the Wasteland and blow up Cloud Post. Now he's going to wish he'd held on to that Bojuka Bog, although it was nice at the time. effectively baited my wasteland from these earlier things, but he may have another. Can I actually tap that for mana? Alright, so I'm still not exactly sure what he is doing over there. I'm guessing it's some kind of blue X Cloud Post deck, since the Flooded Strand could fetch basic islands. I know blue-green has been played here and there before, so possibly that. I've got two more. I've got him on 2-turn clock right now. And we're waiting on his play. So Crucible, I include in the deck as a one of, because it's bad in multiples, and it is a very good card to have, but you don't necessarily want to see it every game, and I'm really just not sure how to slot that. To me, that feels like that should be a one of card. That occasionally I'll draw that and it'll be real nice, but it's not a mainstay of my plan. It allows me to replay City of Traders and Wastelands from my graveyard, for instance, and obviously it helps me as well against his opposing land destruction when they have it. He's at 8 cards in hand. He did not have a land drop. He's going to have to discard, so it's going to take a Hail Mary, I think, for him to get back into this game. But I don't know, again, with Chalice of Void on 1 and 2, but I don't know what he's got, and he may be deciding to scoop here rather than have to discard something and show me more of his deck. I'm not sure. That if he really doesn't think he can come back from this position, that might be a relative plan, because he hasn't shown me much other than that he's a Cloud Post deck. I haven't even really seen what his colors are. I've seen a main deck Bajuka Bog, so I'm thinking he has some kind of land tutoring. That might be Crop Rotation, Sylvan Scrying, something like that. If you're going to play a main deck Bajuka Bog, you're usually going to have Knight of the Reliquary or some way to tutor for land. Alright, he's decided to scoop rather than show me. So, we're going to say we're on some kind of Eldrazi deck. Obviously from the Eye of Ugin. So, probably going to want Oblivion Rings. He could have Show and Tell. I didn't see really the lands for Show and Tell, but that seems reasonable that I might need to have O-Rings here. Our Phyrexian Revoker is going to be good. Only if he's doing certain... Again, a lot of this stuff is a little bit weaker against him. I have to guess that he's probably doing Crop Rotation or something. So some of this will still be fine. I don't think the Revokers are all that great necessarily. They can't name lands, so I can't turn off the Eye of Ugin, for instance. But I can't go down to too few threats here. So I'm going to keep a couple of those in. And maybe cut... obviously the Crucible is fantastic. Thorn of Amethyst, I'm not even sure if that's that good against him. He's going to have a lot of mana. Maybe I cut a couple of those. Trinisphere might still be okay. I'll cut a couple of those because they're a little dissynergistic with some of my other pieces here, especially if I'm bringing in a bunch of O-Rings. So we can try that. I guess, is Elspeth better than Linvala in this matchup? Well, maybe. Again, I guess it depends. I gotta assume he's ramping into Eldrazi. They don't really have activated abilities. So Linvala's not shutting anything like that off. Elspeth probably finishes the game quicker, too. But then Linvala's got a little better... Yeah, we're going to keep like that. Okay. Let's see. All right, so game 2. Now he's going to be on the play. I obviously want a hand with some number of mana disruption here. What does this get me? Well, let's see. On my turn, I can play a Chalice for 1, but again, I still don't know how good that is against him, other than maybe shutting off crop rotation. I have a turn 1 Blade Splicer here. I don't have any Wastelands. So how greedy do I want to be to try to go after Wastelands and get a keepable hand? And not that greedy. I'm going to keep it. But again, a good argument could be made there for mulling that and just trying to mull into a Wasteland in case he has sort of his god draw of a million Cloud Posts. So he's going to lead on Polluted Delta and fetch a dual land right out the gate. Play a Pithing Needle. Okay, that's not bad. What's he going to name? Wasteland. Okay. So protect. So I guess good in hindsight that I did not mull to Wasteland. So that's going to be nice for him. All right. What do I draw? Another Mox Diamond. Okay. So if I want to play Ancient Tomb into Chalice, I can discard the Plains. And I can either Chalice for 1 here this turn, or I could play a Blade Splicer this turn and just try putting him on a quick clock. I think I'm going to go ahead and just play the Chalice. And that resolves. I guess I could have held Mox Diamond until next turn. I don't know if he is running Counter Magic, Spell Pierce, Dazes, things like that. I just didn't get to see enough. He is the blue-green Cloud Post deck, so he's going to Vesuva copying his own Trop. Alright, so any land here would be nice. I could cast Lodestone Golem. Thorn of Amethyst. That's okay too, I think. And he's going to be able to start playing around some of this stuff, but it's fine. And then next turn I can still run out of Blade Splicer. So I am shutting off and or down most of his library manipulation and search. It's a Glimmer Post. I don't know of legacy decks playing like Scapeshift like modern decks do, but and I haven't seen anyone play blue-green Post in quite a while. Okay. O-Ring does nothing unless I can't even cast it right now, so we're going to run out the Blade Splicer. Glimmer Post, that's going to gain him a couple of life. So he's definitely hurting my clock here. Now what is he going to have? 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, 2 green. Okay, he's going to cast an Oblivion Stone. That's pretty good. Now he's going to need more mana to actually sack that. Okay, unfortunately, boy, and mana's really not helped me out here this game. So next turn, assuming he has one more land, he can use the Oblivion Stone, blow everything. I cannot O-ring it because I don't have enough mana. And that's going to leave me with nothing but the Ancient Tomb if he has it. So I can't cast that. I'm 1 mana short of Lodestone Golem, Archangel. Yeah. Okay, that's unfortunate, but see if he has an untapped land, because he may not have an untapped land that produces mana. Obviously, his Cloud Posts come into play tapped. Eye of Ugin does not produce mana. Vesuva comes into play tapped. Okay, show and tell. Alright. So, I assume I'm just going to play O-Ring and try to catch whatever he's got here. Primeval Titan. Well, he's going to get his value out of that, unfortunately. So here's the question. I think I still have to get rid of Prime Time. Getting rid of Oblivion Stone, still leaving Prime Time on the field, that's just giving him way too much ability to catch up here. But now he's going to be able to wipe that next turn. So it really wasn't a good answer here. I guess I could have O-ringed the Oblivion Stone, but then what am I doing against Primeval Titan? Yeah, that was a very good one for him to have off of Show and Tell right there. Very good one for him to have. Trinisphere. Yeah, here's my trouble. Next turn he's just going to blow everything with Oblivion Stone, get back the Primeval Titan, get 2 more lands. I don't know how I win this match. If I'd thought it was just going to be Primeval Titan, I guess I could have done is I could have just played out Lonestone Golem, and then I do have First Strikey Golems here, but then he still can just blow that, but that would have kept Prime Time from being able to attack in repeatedly like that. I can't actually cast anything here in my hand, so he's just going to get to do what he do. He's got enough. He doesn't even have to do that play. He could just hard cast some crazy Eldrazi here. Okay, he is going to do that, though. And that's going to be a good game. All right. Anything else here? I just all right. I'm gonna swap out the Linvalas for I guess for the Elspeths. We'll try that. I don't think that makes a difference in that last matchup. I'm just gonna try that. Okay. All right. This hand has nothing on the play. Needs 1 more land to get anywhere. God, this is such a trap hand. Because I can play Trinisphere. Trinisphere isn't even necessarily that good against him. I do have an O-ring. That part isn't bad. I'm gonna keep it. Again, I can mull more aggressively with this deck, but my temptation when I do have some action and some mana is not to mull, because there are a lot of hands that don't have much of either. I can either run out Blade Splicer here, or I can run a 3-ball. I'm just going to run out the 3-ball. Just going to brainstorm in response. And it resolves. And let's see if he's got a fetch land here. He does not, but he does have a Cloud Post. Alright, Wasteland would be pretty nice here. No. Nor is it the other additional land that I said at the beginning of this hand that I needed. That's what I said. That hand is such a trap. It's like you need to draw one more thing that you have 27 of in your deck, but it's just not going to happen. Another Cloud Post. And he's going to spend 3 mana for what? An Oblivion Stone. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to have to kill that. Now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. 7 if he plays another post tapped. Okay, 6 mana. So he could be hard casting Primeval Titan here. That looks like that's what's happening. Yep. Yeah.